In this episode of the Say What You Like Sports Podcast, I'm talking D-Law's new contract, the Robert Quinn trade, and why money now is better than money later. Welcome back, one and all, to another edition of the Say What You Like Sports Podcast. I am Phillip Enriquez, and you all can follow me on Twitter at SayWhatYouFeel. Send me a follow, see what I'm doing out there on the Twitter sphere. Just check it out. And today, I want to talk a little bit about something close to my heart. I'm talking about those Vaqueros from Dallas, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. And more specifically, I want to talk about all the off-season moves the Dallas Cowboys have been making prior to the 2019 NFL Draft. And the biggest headline in the off-season is DeMarcus Lawrence, the Dallas Cowboys war daddy, or should I say Jerry Jones' war daddy, just signs a 5-year, $105 million deal. Now, Lawrence was scheduled to play on the franchise tag that was worth $20.5 million fully guaranteed for 1 year, but he doesn't have to worry about playing on that thing, and the Cowboys don't have to worry about any more drama because this deal is done. So, first, I want to discuss the terms of the deal. Next season, 2019, DeMarcus Lawrence is scheduled to make $31 million. I mean, the boy got paid. Let me tell you guys something out there if you don't already know. Money now is better than money later, and I feel that is a big reason this deal got done before the draft, before he had to play out that franchise tag, if you know what I mean. Now, for the 2020 season, DeMarcus Lawrence is scheduled to make $17 million fully guaranteed. So roughly through the first 2 years of the contract, we're looking at $48 million fully guaranteed. Again, money now is better than money later. In 2021, another $17 million. And again, that's all guaranteed after the 2020 season. So basically, DeMarcus Lawrence signs a 3-year, $65 million deal. And then the last 2 seasons, Jerry Jones probably found his way, him and Steven, and got the last 2 years not guaranteed. Now in 2022, he's scheduled to make $19 million. That will bring it up to $84 million. And then the last year of the deal, DeMarcus Lawrence is scheduled to make $21 million. And that brings us all the way around to that $105 million contract. Now, I like the structure of this contract. A lot of money now in 2019 while the Cowboys have the cap space. You got to figure in these 2020, 2021 seasons, you're going to be signing Amari. You're going to be signing Dak. You may have to sign Zeke. You're looking at maybe Jalen Smith needing a contract. It's just happening. And I haven't even talked about Byron Jones. So you're going to need all the room. So DeMarcus Lawrence gets his $17 million a year guaranteed. That's a great price to a guy that's giving you double-digit sacks. And then his salary goes up those final 2 years of the deal, but again, it's not guaranteed. So if DeMarcus Lawrence isn't showing out around that 2021-22 season, hey, you can just part ways, say goodbye. It's just not worth it at this price. That's business. So I do like it. And you know what? If he is still a double-digit sack kind of guy, then, hey, what a great deal, because I'm sure double-digit sack defensive ends around the year 2023 is going to go for a lot more than 19 or 21 million per season. So all in all, I like the DeMarcus Lawrence deal. So now that we've talked a little bit about the DeMarcus Lawrence contract situation, which, by the way, you guys can all stop worrying over there. By the time you're hearing this, DeMarcus Lawrence should have had the surgery to repair the torn labrum in his shoulder. He was scheduled to have that April 10th, 2019. So again, by the time you're hearing this, that should be all good. So what I want to talk about is on the other side of the defensive line, the Cowboys made a trade for a 2020 6th-round pick, and they pick up defensive end Robert Quinn. Now, I really do like Robert Quinn as the other defensive end. Now, Robert Quinn, he's scheduled to make $12 million this season. However, Miami paid him the guaranteed portion back in March, so the Cowboys are basically paying him around $8 million this season. Hey, again, I like the price, man. I like the $8 million for a potential double-digit sack defensive end. Now, in no way, shape, or form is he the war daddy. He is not DeMarcus Lawrence. He is not the $31 million man. But make no mistake, Robert Quinn can ball. I mean, I know it's been a couple of years. That's what the detractors are going to throw out there. But let me tell you something. I have liked Robert Quinn for a while, even back in his St. Louis Rams days. I think at this point, it's safe to say you can pencil him in for about 8 sacks. I think he's a 6-sack guy on the low end and a 10-sack guy on the high end. But he has made an impression on this league. And I know it was a while back, but he had 3 double-digit sack seasons in a row, 2012, 2013, and 2014. And that 2013 season, oh boy, he was balling out. 19.5 sacks, just a half sack shy of 20 sacks. That's amazing. Then he suffered a couple of injuries in 2015 and 2016, and he really hasn't ever returned to form. But he still had 8.5 sacks and 6.5 sacks the last 2 seasons. I mean, if he gives the Dallas Cowboys that opposite DeMarcus Lawrence, hey, I'm liking the way the defensive end position is looking. You got Taco Charlton, a first-round pick, who, yeah, he hasn't been what we would have hoped for or what we were all expecting since he was a first-round selection out of Michigan. But hey, he's a backup. Dorrance Armstrong, another guy who's flashed. He just needs to build some consistency. But the position looks good. I gotta say, another move I approve of is this 6th-round pick trade for Robert Quinn. He can ball. Don't sleep, Cowboys Nation. So wrapping this thing up, I indeed feel that the Dallas Cowboys are very strong at the defensive end position thanks to a couple of offseason moves, signing their war daddy, the $31 million man, trading for Robert Quinn. They got some nice backups at the position, some rotational pieces, and I gotta admit, even Randy Gregory, hey, even though we don't know if he's going to play in this 2019 season, the Cowboys actually extended Randy Gregory's contract as well. But once again, the Cowboys fans, Cowboys players, we are all at the mercy of Roger Goodell. And that's never really been a good thing for the Dallas Cowboys, if you know what I mean. But we have to wait and see. Now, another disappointing person on the defensive line, David Irving, man. What a waste. And again, I hate to say I was right, but several people out there were talking about sign this dude up long term, pay him what he wants. He's a beast. He's a gangsta. He's this, he's that. And like I said, hey, there have been legitimate concerns about this guy for years. There was a reason he was on the practice squad in KC. There's a reason he was not a high draft pick. There was character issues. And you just see the immaturity. It's not that I don't think David Irving it's not that I think David Irving is a bad guy. He's just immature. And you know what? He was worth a shot because he had immense talent, but it just wasn't working out. If you saw the video, now you know why. The Cowboys never signed him long term. So look, that's talent, but right now, that's just water under the bridge. We got to go our own way. The Cowboys, I'm hoping, can solidify the middle of that defensive line through the draft. I know they don't like drafting those big plugger-type defensive tackles, but I'd love to see one. A real run stuffer, if you know what I mean, because I think we're going to have that flair off the edge. So we'll see what the Cowboys do with this draft, no matter where they go, whether they decide to go safety, whether they want to go D-tackle. I'm sure the Cowboys will pick a good player. They've had quite a bit of luck or maybe quite a bit of skill selecting players in the draft on Garrett's watch. Will McClay and the boys, they do a pretty good job drafting, so I am confident. That's another thing, hate to say I was right about, but LVE, he panned out pretty well in his first year, right? Everybody else was like, who in the hell is this kid? Why'd they select him? I'm fucking out of here. I'm throwing away my jersey. LVE, he was talented. There was concerns. I get it. every pick is a gamble. Every contract signing is a gamble. But you know what? Throw your fucking fishing pole out in the water and catch a fish. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys did this season. That's what they did this offseason. And I hope that's what they'll be doing in the 2019 NFL Draft. I can't wait.